What is going on to you Capricorns out there? So you have the Nine of Wands, the World, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the World represents Capricorn, so you showed up. Why this is a good luck in the first place is because whenever it is that you get the major arcana that represents your zodiac sign, it means that you're basically changing your world or changing your life for the better. You're actually taking matters into your own hands instead of waiting for life to tell you what to do or to control you. You're actually controlling your life. And so that's why I say that it's good luck, because it is. The Nine of Wands, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. Once again, the Wheel of Fortune, controlling your own life, taking responsibility, taking the bull by the horns. And since you're doing that, a lot of good is coming to you Capricorns, because I really don't like delivering terrible news on my channel, but I have to keep it 100. I have to keep it 1,000. So, but good things are coming to you Capricorns. Good things are coming to you Capricorns, most definitely. The Tower and the Page of Pentacles right here is about, because for you Capricorns, you're really in a situation where you're taking responsibility. And now that you're taking said responsibility, you're you actually are kicking a lot of people out of your life a lot. You're kicking them away out of your life because for you, they're not really worth the trouble of having those people around anymore. They're not worth it. To you, in the heat of the moment, you thought that they were. That's how strong the wind is. But storm's coming. But this is how it is that you Capricorns were able to kind of get messed over, because you Capricorns thought that in the heat of the moment, these people that you were getting to know, they were worth it. But then you Capricorns had to come to find out the hard way from experience that they're actually not worth it. All it is that they want to do is just betray you and all of that. So you realize that you know, now that you kicked them out of your life, you realize what? The Wheel of Fortune. There was some things that you had to change about you. You had to actually pay attention to your habits, right? And that it's better to be by yourself than to be around a group of people who don't really have your back, and all it is that they want to do is just waste your time. You know what I'm saying? All it is that they want to do is just waste your time. So, to go back, the Tower and the Page of Pentacles is about how all this is doing is putting you Capricorns in a very good position. That's all it's doing. It's putting you Capricorns in a very good position, because now you Capricorns are understanding your worth. See, and I have to say it in so many of these videos because, and we're getting into another nuanced level of it, I'm teaching y'all game now, because finding out your worth is a never-ending thing. Like, you're never going to find out your worth. If you're truly finding out your worth, you're never going to find out your worth and be like, okay, this is what I'm worth. You're an asset, which is a good thing, right? It means that you're valuable. So what that means is that since you Capricorns understand that you're valuable, you will spend the rest of your life now learning your value. And that value is your level of understanding of value, how you value yourself, is going to change over time. This is why so many of these goofy individuals will come here to the channel, right? And I'm using myself as an example, right? Truly, right? No, none of that. They'll come here and then they'll talk about, oh, well, I believe that I'm better than other people in this, that, and the third. I understand my value. I'm not competing with somebody else. And they lack this understanding so much. They keep repeating something that is just not true. That jacket, you know what I'm saying? Like, that jacket is too small for me. That jacket doesn't fit on me. It doesn't. So trying to force the jacket to fit is only making a person look more like desperate, to be honest with you, trying to force a narrative on somebody where it just doesn't apply. It just doesn't. And the more that there is a narrative to make it work, is the more suspicion is around it, because it's like, why is the person going so hard to do all of that type of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, why are they going so hard for all of that? You feel me? So the Five of Wands and the High Priestess now is about how so because you Capricorns are learning your value, and your level of understanding of your value is going to change over time. This is the thing this is the thing that when you're out here dating people, this is the thing that your exes didn't want you to know. When you were in a relationship with them, you were getting into a relationship with them, they didn't want you to know that. And I've been telling you Capricorns this, but it's like y'all wasn't really listening, right? Some of you were, but you Capricorns are valuable. So because of that, you Capricorns now have a better understanding of, hey, you're in a situation where you Capricorns understand that you know your value. You're beginning to understand your value. But this is what a lot of other people didn't want you to get. They didn't want you to understand your value. Because when you understood your value, it would require another person to actually keep up with you and not just be bums. Broke, not broke. Poor financially, poor mentally, poor spiritually, poor emotionally. You require them to do something, they don't want to do anything. The Fool represents you Capricorns being free from all of that garbage, all of that stupidity. Like I said before, all of that garbage, all of that delusion of grandeur that other people have, where they think that they could play you and use you. You're some sort of toy to them. The Fool. Oh, this really is an amazing reading, because seriously, because for you Capricorns, what this means is you have essentially freed yourself from all of the tactics and games and all this other type of stuff. You know what the games look like, and you have set yourself on a path of success. Because now you Capricorns, when you interact with others, they play like they too good for you. You have the knowledge now, so you're never going to go back to, thinking that you're subpar. You deserve to eat nothing but dirt because you're lower than dirt. You're not going to go back to that. You now have the knowledge. You now have the knowledge. You just need the wisdom to go along with it. And what I mean when I say wisdom, I mean the experience to go along with it. You have the knowledge. Now you need to get the experience, and then you will gain the wisdom from it. You will understand when it's you, when it's not you, what you've been doing. You'll be able to keep a track record of the things that you did right and what to improve on next time. And being in a relationship will become a formula for you Capricorns, to where you will raise your value, because anyone who gets with you will be lucky to have you based upon how valuable you have made yourself, and you will make the other person, sharing that value with them that you bring to the table. That's what relationships are about. They are about two people improving over time that love one another and that gives and gets. And they both give and they get. It's about merging two lives together to make one. They are sharing deep parts, important parts of their lives with one another. That matters. But if a person tries to act like they're better than you, that boo-boo don't stink, the elitist mentality, you Capricorns, you're completely unfazed by it. And maybe you may be a little bit fazed by it, but it's not going to be a lot. You'll be fazed by it a little bit. So because you won't be fazed by it, right? This is where you get the Eight of Wands. Because you won't be fazed by it, you'll be able to say, it is what it is. And then the Three of Pentacles, because you're not going to want to hang around. See, that's another thing too about it. You Capricorns are not going to want to hang around with lames, with goofies, that all it is that they could do is show you disrespect all day long and don't show you any kind of real transparency. You Capricorns will leave. That type of stuff happens to me still to this day, because I get it. Just because some people messed around and found out don't mean that everybody's going to get the memo. And I'm not expecting people to read my mind and get the memo. But at the same time, when it happens to me, right, guess what I do? When it happens to me, I just go ahead and I say, nah, it is what it is. I ain't worrying my head up about it. It is what it is. Because it truly is what it is. It really is what it is. So let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. You're better off being by yourself or with people that care about you than you be with someone where all it is that they want to do for you, Capricorns, is take from you and take and take and take. So let's clarify the World card. Queen of Swords, Chariot, Five of Cups, the Death card, the Magician. Starting to learn these. So the Queen of Swords and the Chariot, to clarify the World, it's going to be hard for anybody who's trying to fake it to really get in your life, because you're going to be so attentive. You're going to pay so much attention to what's going on in your surroundings, to the point where it's going to be hard for those people to actually be able to get close to you. It's going to be hard for them to. Excuse me, it is. It's going to be hard for them to. Because now the Five of Cups and the Death card, you're going to put an end to whatever. You don't care how important or attractive the other person thinks themselves to be. If you Capricorns see it, I'm sure of it now. You Capricorns are going to see it, and you Capricorns are going to either ghost them, where you just bow out quietly, or sometimes you got to pop out and show them, right? Where you Capricorns are going to be like, you know what? Since you want to do that, fine then. You don't need them, and you're going to tell them you don't need them like that. Respectfully. Sometimes not respectfully. And they're really going to regret it, because they know that they're not going to be able to find anyone like you. And then you Capricorns also have the Magician. And you're going to watch how many people ring you back up, call you back up, trying to front, trying to make it seem like, trying to make it seem like all it is that they're going to be able to do is feel sorry for you. You know, they're going to try to flip it on you. When in actuality, what it is that they're really doing is they're checking your temperature. They still got your number in their phone. They calling you and stuff like this or texting you to kind of, and making it seem like it's a mistake to kind of see if you'll text back. That way they can have, an easy slip into the door. They can actually say, oh, this person is willing to talk to me again. Let me see if I can actually talk to them and see what's going on. But you're not going to fall for that. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, you can contact me at my email address, Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com, or you can go to the website.